you're here in Belgium, 8 years, is it?
Yeah, 8 years.
How did you transition back to Uganda?
My dad was on a contract with the World Trade Organization. The contract was for 8 years with an option
to be renewed.
He didn't take the option. And so, towards the end of 1998, the same family that shifted from Uganda to Belgium is now shifting back to Uganda.
Why didn't he take the option? It's a lot of people would want to stay in those countries, and if you have a opportunity to stay with such a good job.
Well, you have to ask him that, but I know he missed home.
He missed home?
Yeah.
The extended family, or?
The extended family.
Okay. So he comes back. Did he have another option here, or?
Yes, he did. He ended up working with a tax body here. He got a job right away. And we had because we were changing settings from an international setting, we couldn't go straight, as children, we couldn't go straight into the government setting here in terms of school. So they took me to an international school. My brothers went to primary because they were still young, and I ended up going to an international school here in Uganda.
So that tax board is the same way he had started as a customs officer?
Yes, he was. That's in the 1990s.
So now he comes back after working for the World Trade Organization. Yeah. And at what level does he join in?
Yeah, he's part of top management.
Okay.
So that shows you how the hand of God can work. Someone who started by stamping entry and
documents
exit
at
the border is now in charge of the entire border. And that shows how time can allow for God to exalt a man.
And did he involve you in the decision to come? Would it have been easy for you to just transition?
We weren't involved in the decision at all.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that we were not coming back.
Going back.
It looked, because we used to travel for holidays to Uganda and then go back. So it's only when we reached here that we realized, oh my God,
this is actually it.
I never got the numbers of any of my friends.
Because you thought you'd go back.
I thought I would go back. Yeah. You know, it was just, some of them I don't even remember their last names. So it's only recently when I checked on Facebook, thank God for social media, that I got in touch with many of them. Some of them didn't even know we were leaving.
They just thought it one of...
They came, knocked on our door one day
and you're not
and
there.
Discovered that we're not there. You know? So it was a surprise for us as
So you come here, you enter into an international school system.
Yeah.
The one before, it's probably people from Japan or these other countries. How was the setting here? Was it very similar, or you had to get used to it?
It wasn't so similar. There were few. It was international in the sense it was more East African. Yeah. But international all the same. And so I entered a new world, a world that's different from the one that I've been in for the past 8 years. And I had to learn how to shower cold water.
In an international school, there was no heated water.
There was no hot water. I had to learn to shower cold water. And that one stands out for me because it was a stark contrast from what I was used to. Oh gosh. And
even, I mean, it's not winter here, so you still wanted hot water in.
I still wanted hot water in an environment like this one. But I remember some of the things that were hard for me was, the good thing is that the school that I was in I could adjust to the food. If I'd gone straight to a government school, it would have been extremely difficult for me to catch up.
And in terms of the composition of the people in the school, I imagine some of them had studied in Ugandan schools or around.
Yeah.
Was it easy to make friends? Were there common things to talk about?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you come from abroad, like many people in that school were, you're always seen by your accent, or you're known by your accent.
Yeah.
Now I don't have an accent, but then...
You had a Belgian accent?
No. Well, a mixture of a British-American accent. My young brothers still have it.
Yeah.
I assimilate a lot. So with the Ugandans, I'm a Ugandan.
So you quickly turned.
Yeah, I quickly turned, and so it wasn't hard to assimilate because they were used. The children there were used to. That bit of exposure. So in terms of the routines, the classwork, the curriculum, was it as intense? Was it different? It was intense. I was never abroad, and I say this with all due respect, abroad you're taught you're not taught everything.
Mm.
You're taught what is relevant.
Yeah.
I came to this setting where there was a lot of theory and you had to cram. If the main aim was to pass, you know. It took me almost 3 years to catch up. 3 years.
Mm.
I remember my first year, S1, I was doing terribly, especially when it came to things like math. The two subjects that I would do very well were English,
Yeah.
and French, because I knew French.
Yeah.
And so all these other things, I just didn't know how to cram, pass, and forget. And so everyone else that was in the same system
Was used to the flow.
was used to the flow. And I remember they used to post the class. They used to post the
Top
five,
10
the top top 5 and the
bottom.
last 5, and man, just know I appeared in those last 5 for quite some time before I caught up with the system.
Mm.
So when I finally caught up with it, it was around S3 when I started to learn the flow of the system and so on.
Mm. And how easy was it to make friends at that time, and what are some of the things you could have learned from the people you met as soon as you came back, like the first people you met and showing you around?
As kids, there are always things that, especially as a teenager, because I came back when I was about 13, 14.
Mm.
As a teenager, there are things that connect you to someone. And for me, it was movies. And well, at that time, it wasn't series, it was really movies and sports.
Mm. Mm.
So when you're coming back to Uganda, you're trying to look for something that will connect you both, because movies cut across.
Yeah.
So most of the friends that I made friends with knew most of the movies that I had been accustomed to when I was abroad.
Mm.
And that's how I became friends with a number of them. But it's important to note that at this time, I'd come from a secular setting with a religious family. But that's all religion was to me. It was something that was...
And you've had 8 years of being in a place where this is not a big deal.
Mm.
So you're in an international school, but it's still, I would imagine, because of the cosmopolitan environment, the school might not necessarily be religious. Could you say that there was a difference between your experience and the people you met in terms of their religious backgrounds, and what was that like? Did you find fellowships in the school? Was it something that was common?
Fellowships was strange to me. I was in an international school, but it had a Muslim setting. I was shocked to see on Fridays Muslims, going for prayers, and these are things I wasn't accustomed to. But I had to get. That's when I realized that religion in Uganda, in
was
Africa,
part of people's life.
It was part of society. It wasn't separate.
Yeah.
It was a shock.
And were you curious to see, let me see what this is about, or you preferred to stay away? And the friends you made, were they inclined as well?
Most of the friends that I made initially were just the, how kids can be, secular, interested in movies, sports, girls, So religion wasn't at the top of my list. It's not something that I considered until one particular incident that happened. When I was playing in class, this is my S1, 1999. I'm playing in class, and the teacher has delayed to come. And so I'm playing with a couple of friends, and we used to make paper balls and, pretend we were playing tennis.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the friend I'm playing with hits the ball, and I miss it, and it lands next to two boys in the same class. So I head over to pick the paper ball, and one of them taps me on the shoulder and asks me if I'm born again.
Just randomly like that?
Just randomly. He asked me, are you born again? It was the first time in my life I had ever had
that word.
Born again. It was the first time I'd ever had it. Then I asked him, what are you talking about? He said, are you saved? It was also the first time that I'd ever had anything like that. I just knew Anglican, Catholic,
Muslim,
Jehovah's Witness. That's all I knew. And so I remember at that time, I'm asking this guy, what are you talking about? He tries to explain to me in about 30 seconds what it means to be born again. I remember some stuff about the Bible says, I don't even remember what he said. And the entire time he's explaining himself, my friends who I'm playing paper ball with are telling me, man, you're wasting time.
Yeah?
So he asks me one more time, do you want to give your life to Christ? And so I tell him, you know what? whatever you're about to do, do it quickly.
So that
So
they
he
can
leads
move
me.
back. Yeah.
He leads me into a prayer
Mm.
of about 15 seconds. And he just tells me, repeat this. So there I am with a paper ball in my hands, in the middle of class, with two friends waiting for me. And I'm on my knees, and this guy leads me into a prayer of salvation. And at that time, I did not know what I was doing, though I date it back to a point in my life where a seed was sown.
Yeah.
And so he said the prayer and said, now you're born again. I said, okay, fine. And I went back to
Can I
praying.
go back to my game?